the APC convention will end tomorrow. We'll hear the result, and the debate will continue, from there. Yes. But the other topic, of course, we're going to be taking a look at the other political parties and how they fared with the presidential primaries. Of course, major recognition, of course, will be going to the Labour Party and, of course, the APC, and let's see how this goes. Of course, the former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi emerged as the presidential candidate of Labour Party. That's like a week after he left the PDP, and the PDP, on the other hand, chose Atiku. Now, we talked a little of it on it, but let's talk more. We were, Nigerians as well, were clamoring. Now, before then, the clamor wasn't Southeast. The clamor was a Southern presidency. And of course, the Southeasterners came out to say, okay, not just Southeast, let's make it, South, not to make it South, but make it Southeast. And if you look at it, their clamor is legitimate.
Absolutely.
We've not had an Igbo president for,
absolutely,
a very long time, which make Peter Obi name big in PDP, and if informations are anything to go by, Peter Obi is not strong enough APC wise. They have some other stronger personalities, with Atiku being one of the strongest, if not the strongest. So it was surprising Peter Obi that a lot of Nigerians are beginning to buy into him, leaving the PDP and then going to Labour Party. And Atiku, surprising or not surprising to some people, emerged PDP presidential candidate. So what does this mean? Let's start from Atiku first, winning the presidency. What does it mean, for that party? Because I said this last Sunday. Nigerians were expecting PDP to come out stronger to fight for APC. I mean, structurally, they are the only party that is strong enough to compete with the APC. So they were thinking PDP should come out with a legitimate, I'm not saying Atiku isn't legitimate, and especially with a clamor for Southern president, and Peter Obi. Nigerians are buying to his personality and his manifesto. So we expected that Peter Obi should come out in PDP to contest, but an Atiku came out. How does this, what chance does PDP have? Because right now it's as if they've disappointed a lot of Nigerians by Atiku coming in. Someone that have contested like 6 times without winning. What chance do you think he will have now?
I do not know how honestly and how courageously I should address this your all-important question.
You can address it without shaking too many trees.
Okay. Atiku went to Obasanjo to further appease former President Olusegun Obasanjo, and he boasted, "Don't worry about my emerging as the party bearer. I have always won the PDP ticket. I will emerge as the party bearer." He has emerged. What gave him so much confidence? Money, network, or what? As far back as 1999, my brother, fine gentleman, Commissioner Election, told me, Shakiru, in the politics of Nigeria, watch out for Atiku. He has the best network as far back as 1999. Atiku has formidable network.
That was before he became the vice president.
Well, he has, I use the word, simple percentage. He has formidable network. Because against all permutations, against all the patriotic expectations of Nigerians, with the heat in the southeast, with the carnage going on in the north, north central, northeast, northwest, why would you not want to make a sacrifice that will bring about a cohesion, a togetherness of this country? I am disappointed that Atiku emerged. I knew he was going to emerge. But there's a gentleman to whom we should be paying some accolades. We should be praising his courage. He years on Wike scored 237 to Atiku 3 something. Then Bukola Saraki scored 70. And this is the most important thing, the Southeast, are they really together in their quest for the presidency of Nigeria? Why would the Southeast and the South-South not come together to give an Atiku a role for his money within PDP? I am not in support of Obi leaving PDP. It paints him as a desperate politician.
Okay.
Pay your dues. Stay there. Nigerians are not stupid. And history is recording everything. Having lost the ticket of becoming the presidential candidate, maybe they will want to negotiate with you. Like Atiku is moving from one place to the other now, looking for who is going to be his running mate. Certainly that running mate is not going to come from the north. That running mate...
So you saw Peter Obi coming in as a vice president?
It will have been, but the Easterners will not forgive him. They will call him a betrayal. Are we always second best? They will say, look at the gentleman who was vice president to President Shagari.
Which is why he's leaving to Labour Party wouldn't be a wrong move.
Are we talking emotionally or we are talking practically? What chance does Peter Obi stand with Labour Party? Between you and I, what percentage of Nigerians know about any Labour Party? How many House of Rep members you have in Labour Party? Senate, how many? States, how many? State Assembly, how many? So let's not be emotional here. Let's be factual. Atiku should have been... Atiku is still young politically. He could have waited. He could have done the impossible by supporting an Easterner. The Igbos can be fiercely loyal. Let an Igbo man get that seat. Work towards Nigeria not breaking. And tell your followers, come up publicly, campaign for an Igbo man. Then come and see what we call political miracle. At the next dispensation, maybe that will be 2027 or whatever. Then when an Atiku emerges, it will be a fait accompli for him. But this show of desperation that I must have it has further heated up the polity. The average Igbo man, some even boasted that if it is not given to the east, to the southeast, that those of us who are politicians within the PDP, you can be sure that we are going to vote en masse against the PDP. Do not say it is impossible. If you are going to honestly analyze the tension in the country, like our former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan said, no blood of any Nigerian is worth my ambition.
Okay, let's say...
Well, just like you said, I was quite disappointed that the PDP gave it to Atiku. I would have thought that this time around, the party would try to push for a southeastern.
At least they would have bought a lot of Nigerians out with that.
Particularly now that Peter Obi got a lot of support.
Accolade, yeah.
He has this large appeal to the youth. That would have given PDP some lifeline right now as against whoever the APC will be coming up with. The challenge I have with Atiku is also the challenge I have with some other candidates in the APC. This idea that I must be president. This idea that presidency is something that, because I have dreamt about it all my life, I must get it. That is a problem because, look, those who desperately seek power never do well in power. You know, if you want to check history anywhere, those who are willing to do anything to get power, they are only there for their selfish interests. At the end of the day, the final analysis is only their selfish interest. If you really want to serve the people, you wouldn't be ready to sacrifice, basic moral principles. But even legal principles within the PDP. The PDP has a constitution that clearly recognizes this idea of retaining presidency between the regions. In the last 8 years, well, 7 years now, it's been enough. So it was expected that they would consider somebody from the south, anywhere in the south, and most importantly from the southeast. But their decision to go for an Atiku is going to likely backfire for them. Why I said this for two reasons. First, in the south, they are going to get, a lot of people might want, the neutral voters, for example, will go with somebody like Peter Obi, who doesn't, the Labour Party, just like you said, doesn't have, winning election in Nigeria is beyond your appeal. You need, food soldiers in every ward.
Thank you.
You need people who can be there, and these people are party men and women. And you need to oil the wheel in terms of financing it, in terms of being on the ground and all of that. I don't know whether the Labour Party has it, but what I like is going to get a lot of the youthful votes, across the country. That will take it away from the PDP. In the north, let's be realistic. I understand the fact that Northerners may want to support Atiku, but the truth about that is that Atiku does not have that kind of court following in the north. The kind of court following that somebody like Buhari had or still has, he doesn't have it. Yes, it's going to appeal to the last section in the north, but the APC will still be able to get substantial votes from the north. If the governors stay faithful to the party, they seem to be demonstrating now that look, give power to the south, and if they are really sincere about that, they will be able to mobilize votes and deny PDP of a substantial chunk of votes in the north. And once that happens, and he loses in the south, and I'm sure he's going to lose in the south, from the way I'm seeing it, looking at the betrayal that PDP has become, it's going to be a very big problem for PDP. This time around, PDP should ordinarily be able to win election in 2023, given what has happened to the country, given the kind of political stagnation, economic crisis, insecurity that has been foisted on this country, given the lack of political, I don't even see political dexterity or skill in the APC in terms of solving problems. One would have thought that any good candidate that appeals to all Nigerians from the PDP would have it easy, but an Atiku, I don't think they're going to have it easy, and it's really a very bad side for the South, because right now we need unity. We need to be able to assure the southern part of the country, particularly the southeastern, that look, they are still part of the country. But with what PDP has done, they are pretty much saying that look, you are not part of the country. You are second-class citizens. Now, which is why I'm happy with the northern governors, some of the northern governors who have come out to say, look, let power go to the south in the APC.
Now, we of course we know it's already been established that Labour Party doesn't have the kind of party structure that PDP and APC have. Well, is there not still time for Labour Party to salvage that? I mean, we know how APC was formed. There's still time for a lot of other parties to merge and say, okay, because this, of course, as we say, it's going to be a personality versus party structure, and Labour Party still have that time to galvanize party structure against the two big parties. Some other little parties merging and say, okay, we really support a Southeastern president. So because of that, we're going to merge with Labour Party and give Labour Party that party structure with which Peter Obi can emerge and fight off the two big dogs.
Again, I don't share your enthusiasm. I'm sorry. But having said that, I am not oblivious of the fact that, and which supports your position, that in politics, 24 hours a day matters. Is a very long period.
For a lot to
because
happen.
Within the period of the night, tables can turn, things can happen. I am not sitting here with the opportunity I have to speak on television to totally condemn Peter Obi. No, that would be rather naive of me. I am a Lagosian. I know of the story of Otedola, how he became governor. It was between Professor Agbala Jobi and a gentleman called Sarumi who were fighting. A non-entity, as in somebody was not even reckoned with at all, in the person of the now former governor late Otedola, now emerged. Because Nigerians may want to cast what you call a protest vote in support of Peter Obi.
Okay,
as a round of
we have to.
Yes, I was going to say that if Nigerians really want to change, this is their opportunity, this is their chance. If you want something outside of the APC, because these two parties, there's no difference between them. We have seen it.
So which means we agree that there's still time for them.
Let's quickly add
this is the opportunity.
Let's quickly add one thing. Peter Obi is so popular on social media. His followers on social media, do they have PVC to vote?
There's still a long time for that anyway. Okay, thank you so much, gentlemen and barristers Shakiru Molaja and Elvis Asa. Thank you so much. There's a lot to talk about, but we have to continue this. watch the APC. Let's see what happens. Then the debate, of course, will be much more fierce.
It was fierce today.
It was fierce today. It will be much more fierce. Thank you so much.
I hope it will be as fierce as, because his candidate might not win the APC.
Elvis, until then.
Okay, next week Sunday is another day. Keep this with us then on Galaxy Television, and the program is Democracy and the Rule of Law. My name is Solomon Offem. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back next week Sunday.